Hi, how you doing? This is Travis from Curiosity Marketing Group, and today I'm going to show you how to update various parts on your website. So the first thing that you want to do is, in order to log into the backend, you'll go to your domain with a / and type admin, and that will take you to the login page where you can type in your username and password. And if you currently don't have one, we can certainly provide one for you and get it all set up. So once you're logged in, you'll be prompted with the dashboard, and there's just kind of a little bit of information about your website, nothing to worry about. So the first page we'll talk about is the home page, and we'll talk about this section up here, the hero section. So if you go into the pages and go to the home page, which is designated by it saying front page here, and you can hit edit or click on the title. When you scroll down over here to the home options, you'll see that you have a slider image, slider header, button text, and the button URL. So title, text, button URL is at the bottom left of my screen, and then you have the image. So if you want to change out this image, you can hit the X button, hit add new image, or add media, sorry, and find the image that you want. And if it's currently not in here, if you go up to upload files, and if you hit select files, it'll go out to your computer file system, and you just browse to wherever you want it, click on it, hit OK, and then it'll ask you if you want to upload it, and when you upload it, it'll put it here in the media library for you. So let's say we wanted this picture. Just make note of the dimensions. Try to keep it within these dimensions so that it displays correctly within that area designated for the image. So then you hit select, and you'll see that it pops up here, so that lets you know that it's good to go. And you can type whatever you want in here for the URL. And the way that I got this URL is if we go to the contact page, you'll notice this section up here, and you just need from the / the name of the page and the other /. You can just copy it in here, and then it'll add it to it on the home page. Next section we'll talk about is the kind of tile grid section here. So you've got image, content, image. So same sort of thing. If you want to change out the image, just hit remove, add media. It'll take you to the media library. If you want to edit this information, it kind of works like a text editor. You can either do it in the visual or the text. I kind of prefer the text just so I can see a little bit more clearly what I'm doing. So if we wanted to, for instance, take out group, just highlight it, hit the backspace. If we wanted to, let's say, bold it, you could highlight it, hit the B, and that'll do it for you. Or you could always do it from the visual side. So if we hit the visual editor and highlight group, hit the B tag, you'll see that it's bolded. Then you can take it off, and it works the same for this. So italicized. So it kind of works like a Word document. And the same goes for this section over here. It's basically a duplicate of it. So if you swap out the image, change text, and just whenever you're done, you just want to make sure that you come up and hit the update button. So next section we'll talk about here is the testimonial. So it's not currently actually within a page, it's what's called a post type. So if you click on testimonials, you'll see all the testimonials that are currently on the site. So for instance, Amelia, if we were to edit or click on her name, we can see the format that it's in. So we've got the title of it and then information here. And if we look on the back end, you'll see that this is italicized. So if you want, if you wanted to take it off, you could do that. So whenever you're typing it, you can put the person's name that is making this quote, and then hit italicized, and it'll do it for you. And then once again, you just want to make sure you hit update. Let's go back to the testimonial real quick. So here's another feature. If you make changes to something and you don't hit update, it'll actually remind you. It'll say, hey, do you want to leave here? We noticed that you made changes. Are you sure? You can say, yeah, sure, I want to leave. Or, oops, no, I forgot to update. And you hit stay, and then make sure you hit update. So we'll leave because I don't want to make any of those changes. So now that we're back to the testimonials, if you ever wanted to get rid of one, you could hit the trash. So let's say we wanted to get rid of hers. Hit trash, it'll update. If we refresh this, you'll notice that hers is no longer on here. But if this was an accident, it doesn't actually fully delete it just yet. So you can actually come back and hit restore or delete permanently if you're for sure that you want to get rid of it. So then if we hit refresh again, you'll see that it's here. For the Instagram, this is all done dynamically through your Instagram, so it's fed into here, so you don't have to worry about editing any of this. If you want to edit the primary navigation, so if there's any changes that you want to make up here, if there's another page that you added, you could certainly add it here, or take away something if you no longer want to do it. Like let's say for the time being, maybe the catering packages, they're not fully up to date and you just want to take it out for the time being. You could come up here into your menus, click on primary navigation, hit select, click on the catering packages and hit remove, and then that'll get rid of it. And you can actually drag and drop these around like so. So if you wanted to move this one up, you could. And then once again, just make sure you hit save. And I'll show you how I got this information here, because these aren't actually linked to specific pages, they go to PDFs. So if we go back into the media library, which is what we talked about on the home page, and you find the file, so I think it's this one, yeah, packages. So if you click on it and you see this URL right here, you actually don't need this part. You just need it from the / this way, and you would just copy it, close out of it, go into the menu, and paste it like so. And that'll update the link for you. And then because we don't want this to take over the current page, you can hit open link in a new tab. So this is nice for if you have any links that are in your navigation that you want to go externally. You just hit open link in a new tab so it doesn't take over your site. Now there's two other menus that you can edit down here. You can do the import links and other links. So you just change the tab on here, select, yes, I'm sure I want to leave, and it'll switch it, and then you can do the same thing that we did earlier. So the next page that we'll go to is the About page. And most of these pages are fairly similar. If they're not, I'll make a mention of it and explain how to use it. So this About page is very similar to how we did the home page. So if you hit edit, you won't see the boxes down here, but you'll see the same sort of setup with the WYSIWYG. You use it the same way. So now we'll go over to the venues, which I believe is the same. It is. Okay, so we'll go to the gallery. I believe the gallery is a little bit different, so let's go there. Now it does use the same WYSIWYG, but there's another feature here. So if we click on this, you'll notice this blue box around it, and if you hit the edit button, this will take you to the edit gallery, which is kind of within our media library. So if you ever wanted to move these around, so let's say, I don't know, I want to move this food up here, I can move this over here, or I can get rid of this if I want. You can do that. If you want to add it to it, you can hit add to. Once again, if it's in your media library, great. If not, just go to upload and upload it. And then once again, whenever you're done, make sure you hit update if you want to update it. So we'll go into the blog. The blog is a little bit similar to the testimonials. So if you hit post, you have the same sort of setup. So here's our first post. We hit edit. So you've got your title, your content, same WYSIWYG. You've got categories if you want to categorize it, and then you've got a featured image. So if you set your featured image, that'll put it here. And you'll just want to make sure that you do a large enough image. So let me see if I can see what size of image that is. Whoops. So if I go, okay, so this is a 1376 by 600. So that's very close to what the homepage one is. So you just want to make sure you have a nice large image so it looks real good and it fits the spot. So the next page is contact. Contact should be the same as the rest of them, which it is. And then I've explained these two. These are within the menu, which we talked about, how to get the URL in the media library. And I think that does it. If there's anything that I missed or you have any questions on anything, feel free to give us a call or email us. Thanks.